All right, everybody. Special edition of Where the Scary Things Are. I'm Monster Mash Ken, your host, and with me is your co-host, Muse. How you doing tonight, lady?
I'm doing good. An extra bonus episode. I'm feeling it. I love it.
Sorry, I forgot to put the live. This is live. I forgot to hit the mute button. My computer reset. So, yeah, great to have you tonight, Muse. We just spoke the other day. I did something really stupid at work. I got to share with everybody. I do construction on the side. I'm a project manager, and I was probably talking to you jabronis on the text chat on the Where the Scary Things Are with Chris and Horo and Casey and whatnot. And I'm looking down, and I literally walked right into a board, and I got this gash. You can't really see it, but I got this giant gash on my head and right here. And I think I gave myself a mild concussion. I am such a jabroni.
Oh man, yeah. I was just hoping you're okay. I'm like, what's going on? Don't hurt anything in the head there.
Well, Mama didn't raise no sucker, so here I am. And I got this nice tall boy beer again. I'm gonna go back with that beer hates astronauts beer again that I drank last time. So yeah, this is just a quick episode, and I'm really excited to bring on our guest. So last on Tuesday we spoke to Kelly and Schwartz, who directed the Abigail haunting, and it was an awesome interview. But there was something missing, just a little bit. We needed that added flavor. So I woke up the next day, and Chelsea Jurkiewicz,
Nope.
damn it! Ah,
It's before we went on the air.
God, I'm a jabro. That's why I said I had the concussion, because I knew I could just set it up that,
I was just gonna say he's gonna say it's the concussion. It's not me.
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, that's nothing to
Fingers
play around with.
crossed. That
Yeah.
means I'm lying.
So anyway, yeah, so she reached out to me, and I was so excited to have her on. And you open your text messages and you see like somebody had reached out to you, and like, who is this? Chelsea? I was like, oh my God, it's Chelsea. So you know Chelsea from the movie Abigail Haunting. She plays Katie, and just an awesome performance. It was.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have so many questions. So glad that you can make it on to Where the Scary Things Are with me and Muse. Horo and Chris and Casey's on sometimes. They couldn't make it tonight. They can only take so much of me and Muse. So.
Right.
But it's all good. Three to tango, and I'm very lucky to be with two beautiful women tonight. So yeah, you're gonna get the full gauntlet, and I'm really just looking forward to knowing more about Katie and how you got into that role.
I'm
So
excited to tell you about it. I'm just gonna like tell the audience like my like thing. It's really funny because I was watching. So I hadn't ever seen this show before, and I watched it because Kelly was interviewed, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Kelly on this interview because Kelly's awesome. And then Kelly always sounds like incredibly professional, and it was like really fun to hear like because I know everything about Abigail Haunting, and it was like cool to hear like in his words like how he told you guys and stuff. But what I was like very flattered by and why I was like I have to contact this guy tonight is like you guys like the three of you would like you'd like have questions for him and they were like all about me and I was like these people are so cool. Like I need to like talk to these people. And that's like literally why I came on because I was just like so like excited that like every one of your questions was like so like when Chelsea did this and I was like this is like so weird because like this is my first like feature film that I'm the lead character in that's like come out and so I'm still like finding my footing with all the like like fame stuff and whatever and so just like to hear stuff like that is like really cool. So that's why I was like, I just gotta answer the questions. It's like I want Kelly is very good at wording things, but I want to answer my own questions about myself instead of just having somebody else guess.
no, like I said, I wish that we could have, met each other before we went live and whatnot, and definitely have you on because we love having not only the directors and writers and producers of movies, but it's the actors that really make it come to life. And your role as Katie was really really good. Like I
Thank
mean,
you.
you were like a badass, in a way. And but you did show some vulnerability in some scenes. But I
I
think
hope
you
so.
Yeah, you played the role really well. So before I get into it, where are you right now? Where are you from? Are you in Vegas?
No, I am in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I was born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah. I
Okay.
travel a lot to act, so like they flew me out to Vegas to do the movie, and I've done stuff in LA and North Carolina and Denver and lots of great places. But
Uh-huh.
I am from Utah, so I always like when I'm not shooting, I come back because I like familiarity and I like that all my like peeps are here. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
Excellent. Yeah, I've only been in connecting flights to Utah, but I do
Really,
have a lot of friends. I grew up in the Southwest.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so let's talk about Abigail Haunting.
Okay.
You said this was your first feature film as the lead actress.
Well, it wasn't the first one that I filmed, but it was the first one that came out because our post production was like faster on that one because we like already had distribution secured before we filmed it. And so that made post production like a lot faster. But it's the first one that came out. It's like the third one that I've shot as the lead in a feature. So, but still like it's still new, you know. So
So how did you get the role? Let's talk about that. How was
oh,
auditioning
that's
for it?
my favorite question because this was the most like extensive casting process that I've ever like been through. So this was a worldwide casting call, which was like crazy. And so I just saw this casting and it was like really funny because so I was 19 at the time and the original like character description was like it said like 25 to 30 with like dark hair and like I don't have dark hair and I was 19 and I looked like I was in high school like I looked like young but I was like I'm just gonna like send these people my demo reel and so like I sent them my demo reel and they liked it and they're like okay like we'll audition you like they picked like I think they said they picked like 150 actresses like from all over the world or whatever to like read for Katie and so I was extremely lucky to get even to that point and so they're like, here are the sides and like make a self tape. And the second I like read the first like monologue, like the first lines of that monologue, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my part. I'm gonna get this part. Like you can even tell, like I kept my video audition tape, and like most of the time, my slate is just kind of like flat. There's like, hi, I'm Chelsea Yurkiewicz. I'm waiting for this part, you know. But like that slate, it was seriously like, hi, I'm Chelsea Yurkiewicz, and I'm auditioning for Katie. It was like so like bold, and like I knew how to do that. But anyway, I just like knew like it's like Katie was like in me, and so I did the monologue, and I did like two other scenes for that audition, and then I sent it in, hadn't heard anything for a while because they were doing auditions like all over the place. And then um, I got this email from my agent. It's like, they want you for a callback. And I was like, yeah. So they sent me like five like really long scenes. And one of them was like a pantomime, like it was like the bathroom scene, but like, so I had to pantomime most of it. And I was like, okay. And so I like did that. And then I sent that in and I was really proud of it. And then my agent sent me an email again that was like, these people like want to Skype with you. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's cool. And so I was literally like jumping around my bathroom. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in this movie. And then so like still because of the original character breakdown that said like we want somebody older or whatever, I was like the whole time like I had all this makeup. I was trying to be like older. And so I do this Skype thing and I really like it. And then I get this email like directly like from Kelly, which usually like hadn't happened yet because it was always like through the agent and stuff. And he was like, we really like it, but we don't know if you can be like light and innocent. And I'm like, do you know to whom you are speaking? Like that is what I'm known for. But like I kept pretending to be older. And so I was like, ah. And so I do this other self tape and I do it like more like as me-ish. And then I send that and they like it. And then they're like, we want to fly you to Denver to do a chemistry read with our front runner for the boy part, which was Austin Collazo. And so I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And so then he was like booking my airplane ticket. And at this point, I'm pretending to be like 10 years older than I am. And then he's like, okay, I'm booking your airplane ticket. Like, when's your birthday? And I was like, 1998. And I had to tell him I was born in 1998. And he knew I was 19, but like, I don't care at that point. And so, so Austin Collazo actually like reached out to me and like found me somehow and was like, hey, I'm the front runner for Brian. And like, we both kind of knew that the purpose of this meeting was to see if we had chemistry because we were like the front runners for both of the characters. And so we had this whole thing going on. We didn't tell Kelly, and we like Skyped each other and called each other and stuff to like make chemistry. And then we were gonna like pretend like we met that day and had all this chemistry. And so we had this whole plan, and it was working out super well. And then he was gonna like actually meet me at my hotel so we could meet in person the day before and then go to the callback. And then the plan was working out so well. And then, but as he was walking into the hotel, like who was right there but Kelly? And he's like, "What are you doing here?" And so we had to tell him of our plot, but he actually really liked it because he like saw how determined we were. And then we did this callback, and it was like 6 hours. And then like Kelly was just like walking around, and then he just like turns to me and is like, "Okay, let's make this official. Welcome to the cast." And like shook my hand. And I was like, "Whoa!" And then he shook Austin's hand, and then we were just like, "Thank you, thank you." And then he just like walked out, and then we could like be all excited.
But
And
was Austin already cast?
no, like we were both like the front runners for it. So like we basically knew like if we came into this thing and killed it, then like we'd just get the parts. So then we were cast, and the rest is history, I guess. But yeah, it was crazy. Like I've never had a casting story that's like that long and drawn out. It's usually like, here, like do this first audition. Like, okay, now you have a callback. Okay, you're cast.
No, that's a
That's
great.
exciting, but
Yeah, that's awesome. You never hear things like that, and
it was
you know,
long.
when
It
you
was like
really
4 months.
when you really want something, and you know what? It's funny that what Kelly was talking about during the interview is like if you want something, you go out there and you go get it, and you do it, and you do whatever it takes to get it. And it was really inspiring. I actually told, I mean, within the last couple of days, I've told that to like 5 or 6 people that are close to me. Like, dude, I had this great interview. You got to listen to it. So, I'm sure that your determination really like impressed him in a sense.
Yeah.
Like,
One other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot that like so it was gonna be like a 28-year-old with like dark hair, and then they changed it to like a 23-year-old with my color hair. And the fact that there was like this worldwide casting that was like a certain way, and then they like changed it for me is like that gave me like so much confidence. And yeah, like so that's just so crazy that they like changed it.
Dude, everything happens for a reason, dude, and that's it right there. So listen, I'm gonna come back around in a bit. I'm gonna hand it over to my partner Muse here, and she's gonna ask you some stuff. Go for it, Muse.
Okay, so I was curious. I asked Kelly what was probably the most challenging scene for him to film, during Abigail haunting. So I wanted to ask you if you had like a different perspective. Like, did you have any, like, what were he was talking a lot about the weather and the climate that played a large part in some of his challenges. So I was going to ask you, in your opinion, what was your most physically challenging or even mentally challenging scene, or both, during Abigail haunting?
My most challenging scene was the bathroom scene because like, do you know what I'm talking about when I say bathroom scene?
Yes. In the beginning,
so,
I believe, right?
No.
Oh, no, not that one.
The one where I'm in the
The scary one, where she's there, where you see the ghost, and then I know.
That was later in the movie. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
that was definitely the hardest for me because first of all, it was like 6 or 7 minutes long, which is very long for a scene. There's kind of a rule among screenwriters where they don't want to write a scene that's longer than 3 minutes. And so like a lot of people like stick to that rule. And I really admire filmmakers that exceed that. But at the same time, it is like, it gets difficult when they do. So it was like 7 minutes. I am a dialogue person. I love dialogue. And sometimes I kind of rely on the dialogue. And the fact that there wasn't a lot of dialogue in that scene was like, it was just like so much like physical stuff. So it was just like physically challenging. Also, like where I'm like pulling the rag out of my mouth, I like hated doing that because I don't like being dirty, and I had to like have all this blood, and it was and I thought it was like really like unsanitary because we were filming in a public bathroom, and I was like, no. And also the main above all of that, the main thing is I have a very rare mental disorder called psychasthenia that I was born with, and it makes you like believe things are happening that aren't actually happening, and it's caused me like a lot of pain in my life. And when I was younger, I would like pitch, because you kind of like hear these like voices kind of in your head like telling you like weird like scary stuff. And so when I was like 12 and up, I like pictured the psychasthenia to be like this evil like demon. And that's kind of like how I would deal with it, is be like, okay, the demon is saying this, not me, and whatever. And that's kind of like how I dealt with it at a young age. And so like I've had a lot of experiences where I'm like out somewhere and I'm like having problems with it and stuff. And so I have to like go in like a bathroom or something and like kind of like talk to it to like get like my mind to like tame down. And so doing that scene was very real to me because it was like, you know, metaphorically, I've like gone in so many bathrooms, like talked to this demon. And so it was kind of like after all these years of like having this disorder, I like actually was like in a bathroom with a demon. I was like drawing from my experiences with the psychasthenia. So it was like, it was weird. Like it was kind of like I could finally like talk to this like demon face to face, you know, like the psychasthenia and Abigail are like more similar than I could ever tell you. And so I was like, just during that time period of shooting, I was having like a lot of problems with it anyway. And then just like the fact that I was drawing from that, like made it like super crazy. So yeah, mentally and physically, the bathroom scene was the hardest, not only that I've shot in this movie, but that was the hardest like thing I've ever shot in my 10-year acting career.
It sounds like it was a powerful scene, and it's even more powerful now after hearing your account of it, even more personally. So
Thank you.
that is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really cool because like a lot of so like I kind of in that moment I kind of felt like I was like missing out on the experience of doing that movie because I was having like so many problems with the psychasthenia and stuff during that time, and uh, I was like for like a year, like after we shot it, I was like very like upset that I felt like I missed out on a lot of that like experience of shooting it because I was having like so many problems like in here, you know. Um, uh, and I couldn't like be in the moment as much, but like I did draw from it a lot, and I've heard on like a lot of different things, like not just from you guys, but like from other talk show hosts and like film critics and just fans and people. I've heard like several times that throughout this movie, and particularly the bathroom scene, they could like people have told me that they could see it in my eyes that I was like losing my sanity or whatever as the character, and it was like that was like real for me. Like I kind of was losing my sanity like as me. And so like the fact that you guys can like see that and like I was able to bring that into the character that much and make it that good of a performance, like that means the world to me. And it's like I don't even like care as much that I feel like I missed out on the experience of shooting it because it's like it's just it means like so much to me that you guys can like see that like in the character because that means like I did get something out of it because I got like this great like performance out of it, if that makes sense. So yeah.
One thing about that scene, sorry, I'm used to butt in real quick. One thing about that whole scene, not only because you're pulling out the mask, or you know, and it's the fact that you had to convince your boyfriend, or what's his name,
Ryan.
right? Yeah, that you know, he's like nothing's here, and you're like, no, I'm not crazy. You know, something's there. So that was something that really grabbed me because if you look at like real are people's stories of ghosts and seeing apparitions and whatnot, you know, do you believe that person? You know, and if you were telling me that the way you were acting, I would have believed you. Like, okay, she's not messing around. Something happened to her. You know, she's not, you know, but the fact that you know, you actually had personal demons that you could, I guess, play to your advantage for your role, you had the personal experiences, is quite amazing. And that's why I love doing these interviews because it's kind of like a behind the scenes. We didn't know that. But now when we go back and watch the movie again, we're going to know like, oh man, this is real. So
Yeah.
yes, sorry, Muse, go ahead.
No, I actually you led me into my next question. Actually, so
Naturally.
naturally, yes. So I want to ask you. You know, we're talking about ghosts, and I asked Kelly this question as well. But and he had some pretty interesting input when he answered it. So I was going to ask you: have you ever experienced anything supernatural or unexplained that you're just like, okay, I don't, or do you believe in ghosts at all?
Yeah, I believe in ghosts. I definitely believe like there's like things higher than us, you know. I've never like been a like religious person just because I like wasn't raised that way, but I have like I think I do like definitely believe in God and like just stuff that's like higher than us. And yeah, I do have like a ghost story. So before I shot Abigail hunting, like very, very soon, like before that, I was in California shooting a different feature film. And it was a horror film, but it wasn't a supernatural horror film at all. It was like a killer and stuff. And but anyway, like it was like really crazy because we were filming at like a bed and breakfast in the woods and in like Northern California. And so I was staying in like this little cabin that was like within like walking distance from like the set. And so like I was staying in like the little cabin and then I like walked to the set in the morning and stuff, which sounds fun, but it's not it's not as fun as it sounds. But anyway, it was like my last day there and I had to wake up at like 5 in the morning to like get on this like airplane. And so I woke up to like my alarm clock at like 5 in the morning. And like, I mean, like to be fair, like I was like super tired and stuff from shooting this film. So that could have been something to do with it. But I like woke up and like, so I had like a roommate in there and who had told me like the night before, like, okay, bye. It was nice working with you. I'm going to say that now because I don't think I'm going to see you tomorrow because I'm not going to be up when you are, all that stuff. And then, so I like woke up and I looked like in the corner of my room, like by the nightstand, and she was just like there, just like staring at me like, and just like not smiling or anything. And I was like, that's weird because like, first of all, she said she wasn't going to be like awake. And then second of all, like, why isn't she saying anything? And so then I'm just like, that's weird. And I'm just like looking at her. And then I just like looked down at like her bed and like she's in her bed. And I was like, wait, what? And then I like looked back up to like where I saw her and then she wasn't there. And I was like, wait, what? And like, I don't like what? And then I was like all freaked out. And then I like looked in like the kitchen area and then I saw like this lady again. And it was like more scary the second time because it was like validation that it was real. And like I did have like a small light on, so it wasn't like it was like pitch dark. And I was like, and then like I lost sight of her again. And like I don't know if that was like a ghost lady or what, but that was the most ghostly thing that I've ever experienced personally. And my family also has like a ghost story, but it's not something that I've experienced personally, but like my grandma has experienced it. So yeah. Yeah, but it was really weird.
No, that's wild, man. Come on, dude. I'm literally sitting in this dark room right now recording. I got like my halo light over here, and I'm like looking over my shoulder right now, man. 'Cause that's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So you were talking about still getting used to the fame of being an actress and stuff. So what has been the wildest thing that you've experienced since this fame that you're experiencing now with Abigail Haunting and all this sort of thing? What has been the craziest, wildest thing where you're like, what in the world is going on right now?
Well, like one of the main things that was just like there's so many, like the release of this movie has changed my life. It's given me like so much like confidence and stuff and just like identity and stuff like that. It's just like everything is different. Like ever since like the first trailer for Abigail Hunting came out, like I literally had like 3 people a week that I didn't even really know. People I'd met like 2 years ago, like invite me out to lunch. Like everybody like suddenly like knows me now. It's really like showing me who my true friends are. You know, I know that's like a cliche type of weird saying, but like it's true because I used to think that like everybody I met or whatever was like my friend, you know. But now it's like a lot of people that I like thought were my friends, like I see them and they like act different now. Like they like don't really know what to say, which is like really weird. And then there's like my main like friend group that like doesn't like see me any different and sees me like as a person, as a girl before an actress. And I want that. And so like, I mean, I like the fans too, like a lot. I love them. But like it just shows me like I really appreciate the friend group that like sees me like as just who I am like inside before like the person that was in Abigail Hunting and stuff. So it's like really made that like black and white, who are like my actual friends and who are like nice people that I know. And there is a difference between that. Also like I was in a lobby of like film festival right when Abigail was like coming out, like right before it came out. And this lady like came over to me and like recognized me and was like, hey, do you want to take a picture with my son? Like, can you take a picture with my son? And that was a really cool moment because I got to be like 2 people in that moment. Because I got to be like that person that's like, yeah, I'll take a picture with your son. Like, what's your name? You know, and I get to be like that person. And then I get to turn to like my family and friends that I came with, and I'm like, like, guess what just happened to me? And so like it's like really fun to like get to be both of those people now. And like just I get like a lot of messages from people, which is really cool. Like a lot of them are like very, very nice. A lot of them are like really weird. I got this like one guy that was like, hey, like, can I be your sugar daddy? Stuff like that. There's a lot of those. Like I've gotten
That might have been our co-host Chris, by the way. We'll see.
It's really weird just to like go on the internet and stuff without even trying and like see things about yourself. Like you go on Twitter and like you see things about yourself is like really weird. And most of the time I really love that. I've gotten like marriage proposals and stuff. It's like super crazy, but at the same time, like what's been really hard about it is like most people, like most of the fans are like really nice, but like a lot of them are like not nice. And so I've like also, you know, just like randomly like looking on social media or whatever, and I just see like Chelsea Jurkiewicz is really ugly and she's a horrendously bad actress and stuff like that. And like that was really hard at first, but now I'm just kind of seeing that like everybody that's like in any kind of spotlight will get stuff like that. But that's like been the hard thing about it. But yeah, it's just like it's like a whole crazy world. But I really, it has like helped me a lot. Like I feel like I'm kind of like a flower, because like flowers, like they need the sun or like the light in order to like open all the way. And I felt like I needed that, like, you know, light to be able to like open all the way. So now I'm glad I've opened all the way, and I'm excited to have like, I'm into other features, so I'm excited to like see them come out and see like how much farther I can go on this like journey.
Can I just say something real quick, Muse, before you ask your next question? So I want to just, from a fan's perspective, and now, you know, Muse and I and Chris and Horo, and in case we started this show, and, you know, we've been pretty fortunate to, you know, we've had like a couple little run-ins, dust-ups here and there, but it is what it is. And it's like we're nobody. We're just fans that get to talk to people that we watch on the screen, which is great. So one advice, if I can give you any advice, don't forget about people like us. And you don't seem like the type that will. The fact that you're willing to come on the show, and we're just starting out and whatever, and that's what's important, because we're the ones that we are going to the ones that write the reviews and take the time and tell people, you got to watch this movie. You know, somebody just asked me the other day, what movie should I watch? Oh, go check out Abigail Haunting. I just watched it. It's great. So engage those fans. Definitely don't ever turn. Obviously, going to run into the weirdos, and Muse has that problem too. I'm sure she could tell you a bunch of stories. She's beautiful, and people want to, you know, I'll marry you. I don't even know you, but I'm going to marry you, you know, and whatever. But yeah, don't forget about us little people when if you know you're getting on your way to stardom there. Sorry, Muse, go ahead.
It's really crazy too, because like something else that I found that's like super wild is people will like message me or just like comment on my Instagram or something, and they'll say like these very long, like nice like messages that I like really appreciate. And really all I do, like I don't like, you know, write them this long heartfelt message back. I just like say, thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed it, or something very, very short. And they will like message me like a week later and tell me about how that just made their week that I did that, and wow, and you're a special kind of lady and all this like stuff. And I'm like, I just think it's like the craziest thing that like people like in this position of like, you know, just because I've like been in a movie or something, it's like I can like bring people like so much like joy and stuff just by writing them back on Instagram. I think that is like probably the craziest thing ever, because I mean, like if your friend wrote you like a compliment on Instagram, like it would be weird if you didn't write back to them. But like with the fans, it's like if you write back to them, they're just like so happy. It's like really weird to me. And I feel like if I like have that power, I should like use it. And that's why I write a lot of them back. And they're like, oh, I have this one girl be like, why do you let us talk to you? I'm like, what kind of question is that? Like, why do, like, I'm not like this, like, I don't even know. It's like really funny, but yeah, I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I just want to say, you did a great job in the movie. You're an amazing actress. Don't let
Thank you.
anybody ever tell you any different. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You got an amazing personality and great energy. You are
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
So
That's
don't listen to the haters because they are going to be out there for sure. But
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
focus on the positive and just leave everybody else. Don't even dwell. I mean, that's because I Ken gave you some advice, so I was like, I want to give some advice now. So,
Go for
definitely.
it.
But my before I pass it back to Ken, I just want to ask you. We ask a lot of our guests on the show what their favorite horror movies are or ghost stories. Since you were in Abigail Haunting, it's a great ghost story, the great
Mhm.
story. So do you have any favorite ghost stories, movies, or favorite horror movies that you want to mention on the show?
My favorite horror movie is probably The Conjuring. I
Yes.
really like how it was shot, and the acting in it is like fantastic. I actually auditioned for The Conjuring 2, which is a fun fact. But
That is
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
the first Conjuring I think is my favorite horror movie, and I also like Crimson Peak a lot. It's kind of underrated, but I really like it because it's a period piece, and I like Guillermo del Toro's work a lot. And yeah, those are probably like my two favorites. I also like Most Things by A24 because I really like stuff that's like weird and edgy. So like Hereditary and The Witch and stuff like that. Toni Collette's performance in Hereditary is like very like inspiring to me. And like a couple of the scenes in Abigail, I was like trying to like channel her, be like, how would Toni Collette do this?
Yeah, I'm A24 is amazing. I love their
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
I just actually finally got around to watching Hereditary and it was just awesome. You're right. Toni
Yeah.
Collette was just she knocked it out of the park. So I don't want to hog you too much longer. So I'm going to hand you back over to Ken. I know he had some great questions for you, but I love talking to you
Thank you.
and hope you come back on the show again.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Really
what?
quick, I just want to show you my house because I really like this angle that I've decided to put. And I
I
also
love your fireplace.
thank you. I also
awesome.
wanted to. These are like some fake candles in there. We were gonna turn them on, but we didn't have batteries. And I made this headband. I wanted to show.
I was going to
love
ask
that,
about the
yes.
headband. I was going to ask about the headband. So tell us about the headband, and I love the vintage shirt you're wearing too.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
there's not that much story about the headband. I just like to sew stuff, and so I made it. The dress, though, there is a great story. I tell this on several shows because it's one of my favorite stories has happened to me. I was shooting this film in North Carolina in September, and one of our locations was like our main location was like an abandoned house, and it was really weird because people lived there in like the 30s and 40s, and they left all their stuff there, and so they had like the production had like a cleaning crew like come in like clean it and stuff, but they just still left everything there, and so like when you watch the movie, it looks like we had this amazing like set designer come in and put all this vintage stuff in there, but really it was just there, which made it so much more real, like as an actor, and so cool. So I like to steal stuff, like not like anything like diamonds, but like I like to steal stuff like from film sets, and so I stole like a few things from the set. But anyway, I was just like walking because they let me like walk around like the house to like get a feel for it before I like went in and shot there. And so I'm just walking around, and then it was like Narnia. I found this big wardrobe of like all these like 30s and 40s beautiful, very well preserved dresses, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I want to steal them, but I was like, I'm not going to steal them because I don't know how I'd ever get away with that because they're very big. But then the people that owned the house, they're like 90 years old now, they came back to see us like shoot a movie there, which I think is very interesting and kind of puts in perspective what like an impact cinema and like Hollywood, or so to speak, like has on society, because like it's just weird that like they didn't come back to see their own memories. They came back to like see this movie being filmed there, which is like super weird to me. But anyway, they came back, and I was talking to this 90-year-old lady that used to live there, and she's like, we were like talking to her about somebody's at my door, but I'm not going to answer it. Anyway, I was like talking to her about these dresses, and so she didn't like want any of them, and so she was like, she was like, why don't you take like a couple? And I was like, oh heck yeah, because it was like magic, because every dress in there like fit me exactly perfect. And so it was like exactly my size. And so I was supposed to take like a couple, but I'm not one to take a couple. And so I was like, I'm gonna take like a lot. And so this our script supervisor, I like went over to her and was like, I just told her what was going on. Like, I really want to take a lot of these dresses, but I don't think I'm supposed to. And I saw that she had like a white garbage bag, and I was like, can you put a few of them in there and like sneak them out? She just looks at me and goes, I have black garbage bags in my car. I was like, oh, okay. So we go to her car, we get the black garbage bags. I steal like, I put like 20 of these like vintage dresses in there. We're like sneaking them out. This lady helps me sneak them back to my hotel. And by the time we like got back, and I like showered and stuff, I had like 25 minutes before the director was going to come pick me up for the wrap party, because it was our last day of shooting. And so like a quick change artist, I was tried on like all these dresses and saw which ones I would wear. And the ones that I would wear, I like rolled up in my suitcase. And then the other ones, I was like, I just hid in like random parts of the hotel. I had like in the drawers and like under the bed and like all this stuff. But I ended up stealing like 15 of these like beautiful vintage dresses, and they fit me like exactly perfect. You got to see this. Look at this. It's like a movie costume. It's like it was made for me. But I stole it from a film set, and that is like an ultimate dream, to get flown to another state, be shooting in this abandoned house, and find this magic closet of beautiful dresses that fit me. That's a dream.
Well, listen, you're telling us a story about your friend and the ghost standing over your bed. It's probably because you're wearing her shirt, and she's like, "Give me my shirt back, bitch!" Like, what the fuck?
The film that I stole these on was after that film, though.
No, but ghosts don't know time, so
Ghosts know.
yeah, they know. So she knew that you were gonna steal this shit.
It's
So
weird because every person says like, "Oh, they must be haunted," and like I didn't even think of that, but everybody in the world thinks of that. Everybody's like, "Oh, they're haunted." They're not haunted though. Like I have been wearing these for a while. Okay, yeah, that's just the best story to. Can you just imagine that? I'm just really into fashion, and I just like go to this abandoned house, and there's this magical closet with all these dresses that fit me. Oh my gosh, it is the best. It's just the great. It's one of my favorite stories of life.
well, speaking of magic, I got to ask a question here. David Copperfield.
Been on stage with David Copperfield.
I know it. Let's hear it. You got to tell me about this. I love David Copperfield. I remember
David Copperfield.
he did this special on TV one time where he said, "I'm going to reach into your TV and I'm going to guess the card you had," and he did. It was nuts, man. So tell me about.
I love. Oh, you read that on my IMDb. I just thought you just like pulled that out of the air. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So David Copperfield. I love David Copperfield like so much. He's like so inspiring to me. And I went to his show the day after my high school graduation, and yeah, I was just like at a show, and that show, it was the Live the Impossible show in Vegas, and it was probably, that show's like the best live show I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And yeah, he like had these glow in the dark frisbees, and he threw them, and I like caught one, and I was like, ah, and I looked at the audience behind me and just like screamed, yeah. And then I tried to get on the stage, and I fell, of course, and nobody really noticed though, I don't think, because it was like dark where I was. But anyway, he gave me like this big key, and it was just really cool, like just seeing, like, you know, looking in him in the eye and like meeting him was like super cool. Yeah, he handed me this like key, and then I don't even remember this because it was like so like just magic. I kind of was like, woo. But eventually I was like actually on the stage with him, and he had me like hold a big rope like around him, and then he had like crew people like fluffing this like sheet, and the crew guy was like fluffing the sheet, and he was like looking at me like really weirdly, and so I didn't know if I was like supposed to do something, and so I was like trying to figure that out. And then I just was like kind of looking forward, and then I just like, they moved the sheet, and I was still trying to figure out what was going on, and then I just heard the audience just like erupt with applause. And so I was like, and then it like hit me that there was this car like floating in the air like above me, and I was like, wait, what, how did that happen? And then he had me go back to the audience, and my parents were like sitting there, and they're like, how did you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, it was like, I will always remember that. That was like a very starstruck moment for me, because I am a big fan of David Copperfield.
Yeah, I saw that, and I had to ask. And there's one more thing I had to ask because it's one of my favorite things too. Let's talk a little bit about cheese. Now, I love cheese. How much cheese is too much cheese? There's not an answer because I love cheese. So let's say that Muse and I and you we meet at a restaurant and we're gonna go have wine and cheese. What are the cheeses that you're having on the cheese plate?
Uh, that's a great question. You just got a lot of points right there. None of these other hosts have asked me about cheese. But yeah, I like mozzarella cheese and American cheese and cheddar and Velveeta and
Okay, my friend, I gotta stop you. When you come out to New York on my turf, you will have real cheese because those cheeses ain't it. That ain't it.
no, not there. And I'm like, no, I'm 100% sure that I would like them better than the cheeses in New York because I've tried a lot of like other more fancy cheese and I don't like it as much. So I would definitely, I guarantee you that I would like my cheese, and my cheese is real cheese. Maybe your cheese is fake cheese, but my cheese is real cheese.
I love fried mozzarella too. Oh, it's to die for. So listen, you're an awesome person. Just I feel the vibes, and I'm so happy that we got to get you on the show. Muse asked about your favorite horror movies and stuff. It's funny because we were talking on that show about pissed off female ghosts that come out and haunt you, and I forgot to mention Crimson Peak. That was one of them that I was thinking about. But Guillermo del Toro is definitely somebody that I love. I think he's amazing. So listen, we play this game on our show, and Kelly Schwartz did the game. He did pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't do great, but he did pretty well.
I
So.
think you did good.
Yeah, we had to help him a little bit, just a little bit. So what we do on our show, it's a game that we like to call the Deathly 13. 13 trivia questions, okay? I don't know what they're going to be, but Muse knows what they are. And you have 3 lifelines, okay? You can ask me for help. You can postpone a question. Maybe you have it on the tip of your tongue.
Okay.
Or you can ask for multiple choice. So 3 lifelines.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass it right on over to Muse.
I'm excited.
And yeah, tear it up.
All right. Okay. So before we get started, I want to say our other hosts are missing. We usually have a few more hosts here for Lifeline. So we're gonna give Ken. You should be able to go back to Ken. I'd say about what, 4 times,
Okay.
3 times, whatever. It would be like 3.
Yeah, that's whatever. I'll take. How about 2? We'll give you 4. You can ask me twice.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, so my lifelines are I can ask you twice, I can postpone it, or I can ask for multiple choice?
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna start out with the first question with a true or false question. And so true or false? Your body burns more calories when you watch horror films than when you watch regular television.
I'm gonna say true because you're like jumping out of your chair.
Yes, it is true. So all of us horror fans are like, yes, there's my workout for the day. I'm burning some calories. So that's another reason for me to love horror. All
Okay.
right. Question number 2. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson played FBI agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully on what popular 1990s TV show?
Cheers.
Come on, you gotta know this.
No, I don't.
Oh my
Can I ask
God.
for a lifeline? I'm
Yeah,
gonna ask
absolutely.
you. I'm gonna ask Ken.
Ken knows it.
X-Files. Come on.
X-Files. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Question 3. True or I'm gonna give you another true or false.
Okay.
True or false? Aaron Paul from the hit TV show Breaking Bad played a criminal named Francis in the remake of The Last House on the Left from 2009.
Oh, okay. I forgot it was true or false. I was like waiting for you to finish the question.
Right.
False. I have no idea. I don't know who that is.
Okay. Aaron Paul was on Breaking Bad. Yeah, it's actually true. He was
Okay.
in the remake of Last House on the Left from 2009.
Did she say true or false? I'm sorry, I
I
didn't hear
said
that.
false, but it was
okay.
true.
All right.
All right. Question 3. All
No,
right.
4. Question
I'm
4.
sorry. All right. The movie Wrong Turn from 2003 takes place in what U.S. state?
I'm gonna ask for multiple choice.
All right. Is it Tennessee, West Virginia, or Arkansas?
Wrong turn. West Virginia sounds kind of windy, like you take the wrong turn. So I'm gonna go with that one.
That is correct. It is
Are you
West
serious?
Virginia. Yep, that is correct.
That is awesome.
For the record, everybody, Chelsea asked for this. Okay.
Oh,
so
I like-
she wanted this. So
I don't care if I get it wrong. I will.
Yeah, all that matters is that we're having fun for sure. All right. Question 5 or 6. What
Five.
am I?
Five.
Okay. I'm over here. I can't even get the number right.
That's what I'm here for. All right.
Okay.
That West Virginia thing was so funny. Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
Question 5. What Lord of the Rings actor starred in the 2012 version of the movie Maniac?
Oh man, who's in Lord of the Rings?
Oh.
Think Frodo.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my other Ask Ken lifeline.
Oh. What the hell's his name?
Oh, Ken, come on.
No, I know it. I just. What the hell is Frodo? God damn it. What's his goddamn name?
She
Frodo
gets another
Baggins.
lifeline.
No, I know it. I know his name. I'm having a brain fart right now. And Elijah Wood. Damn
Yes.
it.
I was
Elijah
like, I get
Wood.
to pick on Ken. Come on.
No. I was just gonna watch that the other day, and it's on Shudder, I think. So yeah.
It's a really good remake too.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, question
6.
6. Keep me in line over here. All right. This HBO TV series was based on the novels by Charlaine Harris, featuring a telepathic waitress named Suki Stackhouse.
Oh man.
Think vampires.
And True. Think True.
Wait. Okay. Vampire TV show on HBO.
Right.
Oh man, I did not watch any of those, but I'm gonna think of.
I actually didn't watch this either, but yeah, so I would have been with you here.
Yeah, it was all right.
Twilight's not a TV show, or I would say that. What's the vampire TV show? I have no idea. Bloodsuckers in the
Oh, you got like a one word right in there. Blood is one of the words.
blood, half blood.
Oh no.
I like that name better than the actual
That should have been
title.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
It was True Blood. So you were close.
Blood. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all right. It got weird as the story got on, but the first 2 seasons were really good.
Half blood is from Percy Jackson.
Yeah. Also great. Yeah, but I actually I did not watch True Blood either. I know people might boo me for that, but I did not see that actually. I did not watch the show. All right. So question 7. In the movie Beetlejuice from 1988, how does one summon the titular bioexorcist? How do they call Beetlejuice?
I have not seen Beetlejuice. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I've heard of it. Let's see. How would you summon an exorcist? You would turn the cross upside down.
Wait a second. What was the movie, Chelsea?
What?
What was the movie that she said?
Beetlejuice.
Wait, what was it? I didn't hear you.
Beetlejuice.
Say it one more time.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, you just
That's how you do it.
you said it 3 times.
Oh.
Ken was being slick. That was
I couldn't hear her. I was helping her. So I heard it 3 times. That's a yes. Okay.
that was clever. I love
That's
it.
funny.
Now, question 8.
Question 8. What actress played the ill-fated character Tracy Mills in the movie Seven from 1995?
Oh man, I don't know any of these. I do know what that movie is. Like I know what it's about, but I don't know the person that was in it.
You do know him.
No,
And-
no, we're talking about his wife,
Yeah. Oh, his wife. Sorry.
Tracy Mills. Yep.
Okay.
Let's give her another movie that she was in. She was Tony Stark's wife. How's that?
Yep.
You don't know me that well.
Uh,
Oh wait. It's I don't like the Marvel things that much, but I have seen. Is it Gwyneth Paltrow?
It
yes.
is. Gwyneth Paltrow. There you go. Yep. Indeed. Yes, that I don't
Yeah.
remember the ending, but we all know how it ended. Well, I mean, for those that have seen this, it's got a crazy ending. So if you ever watch
You
it,
don't know how it ended, though.
yes,
Technically, we don't know what happened.
you got to see that. It's got one of the
Yes.
craziest endings of a thriller horror movie for sure.
Chelsea, please watch Seven. Yeah.
Definitely a great one. Okay, so true or false for question 9. The Alfred Hitchcock film Psycho actually showed the first flushing toilet in American cinema history. Is that true or false?
Ooh. Finally, one I've seen.
I love that's one of my favorites. I love it.
Let's see. That was in like the 50s. I have seen a lot of old films, and I don't remember a toilet, so I'm gonna say true.
It is true. That is the
Yay.
first American film, I guess, showing a toilet flushing. So kind of like really cool little random fact there. I thought
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's cool.
All right. Oh, okay. So question 9.
10.
Oh, 10. See? I had it
You should like number these, have them on a list, and like number them.
Well, that's my job.
gotta give 10 something to do. Okay, question 9 or 10. See?
Oh my God, I'm the one to drinking the beer.
Question
Yeah. Question
I know
10.
you would think I was the one to hit my head earlier. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
right,
Okay, question 10.
10.
What actor played the character of Patrick Bateman in the movie American Psycho from the year 2000?
Oh man, I auditioned for this as a play, and so I like researched this, but I don't remember who. Oh my gosh. Oh man, who was in it? It was somebody that I had heard of.
Oh yeah.
Do the thing where you like say another movie that they were in.
All right. Well, I'll say a line from another movie that he was in. Alfred. Alfred.
I don't know what that's from.
Oh.
And
Oh, wait. What other movies was he in that's popular?
Oh, Christian Bale. I can think of a lot, but I can't think of like a
Wait.
quote.
You just said the name.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
It was Christian
Oh,
Bale.
You just gave her the answer, you
that
bone.
That was it. No, edit
Yeah.
that part out.
All right, I'm gonna give her.
Like my subliminal trying to help. I know I was just
Listen to the clues.
Wait. I'm gonna cancel that question. I'm gonna jump in and ask
yeah.
question 10. No.
Don't I
No.
get credit though for like?
No. I'm gonna ask you. What was
I
the
should
name?
get credit, though.
What was the name of the goat in The Witch?
Oh,
It's a color and a name.
Black Satan.
Ah,
Black
well,
Devil.
no, close, but
Black. Black something.
Black Phillip. All right. We're gonna give you the loss on that one. All right, so you're still good. You're in good shape here. You technically okay. How about this? If you get one more wrong, you still have the bonus question. But if you get one more wrong, Kelly beats you. Okay? So don't get any more wrong because we gotta rub it in his face. All right, go ahead, Muse. Question 11.
All right. True or false? In the 1996 movie Jack Frost, the serial killer mutates into a snowman. Is that true or false?
Most of these have been true, so I'm gonna say false.
Oh, it's true.
You do like these like really weird like 90s movies that are like not even anything people like talk about. I was just like, what are these? Like that's what I was doing. I was watching the episode with Kelly and I was like, what are these?
Right.
I what's funny is what'd you say you're born in 1998? It's just like crazy to me that I don't think about that because you probably didn't grow up watching movies
Right.
like Muse and I did. So we got to take that into account next time, Muse. We got to do like all the 2010 horror movies.
Yeah, I
know
did-
our
I
guests.
was-
Probably
realize-
get like 9 out of 10 if you did like 2010 and up.
Yeah.
Like not just horror, but just like movies in general. I would probably, or even like before that, like
Yeah.
classic Hollywood, I'd probably know a lot too. Even like Charlie Chaplin and stuff, I'd probably know a lot. But like 90s, I was like born at the end of the 90s, so I'm not really sure
Right.
what those are.
Well, you got 2 more, so let's see what we do.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Oh, let's see. The People Under the Stairs from 1991.
I have seen that one. I've seen
Okay.
it. Okay.
The People Under the Stairs from 1991 takes place in what United States city? I'm going to ask you just more for the state, actually, because that's kind of obscure, the city.
That was I saw that like 6 years ago.
I don't even think I know.
New York?
I don't think it's New York. I don't think it's New York. But it's
no idea.
close though. I think it's a big.
Think really warm.
Florida.
And it is warm there.
California.
California
Okay.
is California.
Oh, all right. Good job.
California.
All right. Last one, Chelsea. You get 2 points if you get this one right.
Alrighty.
All right. You mentioned classic films, so I'm gonna go back to a classic monster movie here, and ask you. I'm gonna give you the plot of a movie, and I'm gonna ask you to tell me which movie I'm speaking of.
Okay.
Okay. A scientist creates a potion that can separate the good and evil sides of man. After testing it on himself, the scientist morphs into a hideous madman in this 1931 classic monster movie. So
man.
if you're in trouble with this one, I say we should go back to Ken again, because it's only fair. We usually have 2 more hosts, so you usually have more lifelines.
Hey, that's fine with me. You know what? But I'm not going to give you the answer right away.
Is it one that's like also a play? Like, is it also a play?
Yeah, it's been in plays.
So yeah.
No, I mean, like, is this movie also a play? Not like it's been in plays, but is it also a play?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's not known for being a play, but it has been a play.
I think it's been made into a play, maybe after.
It's not what you're thinking. It's not what you're thinking, Chelsea. That's not it.
It's not Jekyll and Hyde.
It is.
It is Jekyll and Hyde.
That's so a play. That's a musical.
All right,
there we go. Is it also a play?
Is it?
That's a very popular musical. Yes.
Awesome. Yep, it is. It is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. She nailed it. So yeah, first instinct is almost always the correct one. So never doubt that.
Yeah.
Never doubt that. You had it. All right.
You did really good. You did 10 out. You only missed. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So but you got the bonus question. You got 10 out of 13. That's really good. Great job.
What did Kelly get? Did he get 10 out of 13?
I think so. Yeah. So good job. All right. All right. Because he missed a bonus question. I think. I don't think he got the bonus question.
I don't remember.
So there you go, dude. All right. Hey, check it out. So, listen. First and foremost, thank you so much for hanging out with us on Where the Scary Things Are.
It was really fun.
Dude, you are awesome. Just like your role as Katie in Abigail Haunting, I want to know what's in the pipeline for you. What are you working on next?
Well, I'm kind of taking a break from the acting scene right now. I am signed on to a couple that we're going to do next year that I can't really talk about yet, but I do have 2 other features coming out later this year. Next month, The Crumbs will be coming out, where I play Victoria Crumb, and that is going to be, I think it's going to be very well received. It's very, very unique, very strange and like crazy movie, and I put a lot of work into that character. That was probably like the most complicated character that I ever had to like figure out. So I'm excited for people to see that. Also, The 13th Cross will be released this year. Our teaser trailer just came out yesterday, and that is not a horror film. That's a drama about like domestic violence and poverty and a lot of issues in America that aren't really like talked about as much in film. So I'm really excited for both of those to be released. I'm beyond excited for that whole thing to happen.
Just real quick, are you leaning more towards the horror genre of movies, or are you just kind of taking what roles that you feel like are best for you?
I really like doing horror, but at the same time, I would really like to stray from it. I do a lot of horror just because people have seen that I can do that, and so that's like what people want to cast me in. But and I love it, and I want to always be a part of that genre. But at the same time, I would really like to do like period dramas. Like I would love to do that. I'd really like to stray from the genre at some point. My like dream role would be like a very dialogue heavy period drama. So if anybody wants to cast me in that. But at the same time though, I really love that I'm a part of the horror genre, and I think it's like one of the most dramatic fulfilling genres that you can be in as an actor, because it's like it takes so much, out of your soul. So it's like I do like doing them, yeah, but I do want to stray from them too and do period films and other things like that.
How about a film where you get to sing? Because I know you can sing pretty
Oh
well,
yes,
right?
yes, that would be like a dream, a dreamy. Like
Yeah.
I would love to do like a story of like a singer, like a biopic of a singer, and it doesn't even have to be a real singer. Like it could be a fictional, like just story of like somebody becoming a singer, and like that would be a dream too. I would love to do something like that, especially set in like the, like 60s or 70s, something like that. That'd be really fun.
That's awesome. Do you want to sing anything for us?
Oh heck yeah!
Sing
Ooh,
us
let me think of
something.
something.
That's Go ahead.
Wait,
Take your time.
I take a drink first. I was singing this Christina Aguilera song earlier today, and I'm gonna. Okay. Hold on. Let me think of how this goes, because I have such a good one for you right now, but I'm gonna think of how it goes. Um, you know what? Wait. Uh. Oh yeah. Okay. When there's no one else, look inside yourself like your oldest friend. Trust the voice within, and you'll find the strength that will guide your way. You will learn to begin. Trust the voice within.
See, I don't know if you can see this, but I got my hairs are standing
Oh,
up on my arm right now. Dude, that's rad. That's the first time on Where the Scary Things Are where you sang on point. That's awesome. I know that takes a lot of balls. Great job. Hey, listen, you ever think about going into Broadway by any chance?
ooh, I used to do a lot of theater, and I was very,
Yeah.
very into theater. Um, Theater is kind of its own little world. I feel like, I don't know, there's just this certain type of person that's in the theater, and I don't feel like I'm really. I don't know. So they're like really weird people half the time, and I used to really, really love theater. That was like my first introduction to the industry, and I would want to do it again at some point. I feel like I've kind of like outgrown it in a lot of ways, but if something really good ever came up, I would definitely do it. I was in Peter Pan on stage when I was 14, and we got to perform every night in front of this like 900 seat theater, and it was an ultimate dream. And I was one of the Lost Boys, but like if I could like do that play again as Wendy, I would take that in a second. I'd also like to be some of my like theater dream roles, if they ever came up, would be Liesel in The Sound of Music, or adult Cosette in Les Mis, um, or Wendy and Peter Pan, like I said. But yeah, I mean, I would not object to Broadway if an opportunity arose. I would definitely consider it, because I do want to do more with the singing. But you never know what's gonna come your way.
Well, Chelsea, on behalf of Where the Scary Things Are, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We can't wait to see you in your next feature film, and hopefully you come on again. Until next time, keep it scary, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was really fun.